Hi everybody, this is Ms. Rosenthal. We're going to work on notes for section 1B out of chapter 3 or unit 3. The cell before in 1A we talked about different pairs of angles when two lines are cut by a transversal. These were the different pairs that we talked about. And today what we want to do is not just have any regular lines, we actually have specific two parallel lines that are cut by a transversal. So two parallel lines cut by a transversal. Here's what happens with those special pair of angles. They have a relationship. So if the angles are identified as corresponding, we know all corresponding angles are going to be equal. Okay, so if I know one angle, its matching pair for corresponding is also going to be equal. Alternate interior angles, when I identify that pair, they also will be equal. Alternate exterior are going to be equal. Again, it all boils down to, can you identify these angle pairs? The ones that are same side are always going to be supplementary. Okay, whether it's interior or exterior same sides, they will be supplementary. Okay, and just a quick review, supplementary means they're going to add to be 180. So I always remember it as same sides supplementary. Same sides supplementary. So there we have 5 different relationships on how we can find angles or how we can set up equations. We also have these two measurements that can help us. One is vertical angles are always going to be equal or congruent. And the other one is if two angles form a linear pair, they're always going to be supplementary. Okay, so you can see we basically have two choices, either equal or supplementary. Let's go down here to example 1. Here's my parallel lines. I can tell by the little arrows here. And so when I look at angle 1 and angle 3 and angle 5, then I can identify 3 and 5 as alternate interior angles. I look up here, alternate interior always going to be equal. Now they say congruent, I'm substituting the word equal. So those two are going to be equal to each other, and the reason they're going to be equal is that they are alternate interior angles. So given your reason, it's just going to be what angle pair is it. So 1 and 8, when I look at 1 and 8, they're both exterior, they're on the same side. Look up here, same side exterior are going to be supplementary. Because they are same side exterior. 2 and 6. 2 and 6, I have one outside and one inside. One of each in the right or the same position. Those are called corresponding. Corresponding are equal. 1 and 7, both are exterior. They're on alternate sides, so alternate exterior are equal. 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are both interior on the same side. So if I look here, same side interior are always going to be supplementary. Three and 7 are corresponding, so they're going to be equal. 5 and 6, now here's a little bit different. This goes back to Unit 1. So 5 and 6 are adjacent to each other, and they form a line, so that's called a linear pair. And we know that linear pair or a line are always going to be supplementary. And the last one, angle 2 and angle 4. Again, these two have the same vertice or the vertex here. They are across from each other. They are vertical angles. And vertical angles are always equal. So that's how you kind of go through it. That's how I focused yesterday on being able to identify what angle pair we have, because once I do that, then I'll know exactly what the relationship is. If I look at example 2, I can see that this is the same picture basically as in example 1, and they're telling me angle 1 is 65, and to find each measure. So that means angles 2 through 8 we need to find. So I'm going to put on my picture angle 1 is 65. Now within this group of 8, there are 4 angles that are all 65. Okay, so let's take a look at what those would be. Angle 1 and angle 3 are both 65 because they are vertical. And notice I'm not even worried about this part over here right now. I'm just going to look at my picture. I also know that 1 and 5 are corresponding are equal, and 5 and 7 are vertical, so angle 7 is going to be 65. So you kind of see a pattern there with the 65s. Now, the other 4 are also going to be all the same measurement. Okay, what is that going to be? Well, look here. These two are a linear pair. Angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair. So 180 minus the 65 gives me 115. That means angle 2 is 115, angle 4 is 115. Those two right there, and then 6 and 8 down here are going to be 115. So if we're filling these in, we can see 2 is going to be 15, 65, 115, 65, 115, 65, and 115. They don't always work like that, where it's just going every other one going down the list, but that's the way this one is numbered. Okay, I think we're going to stop there on this first set of notes, and then we'll continue in just a second.